and welcome to the weekly teaser edition. Now, if you have been following my posts on social media, I have just launched a weekly teaser edition by which every Thursday morning I will be putting up on my social media platforms a question for all my students, friends, family, colleagues to answer or attempt to answer. And on every Saturday evening or Sunday morning, you will see the solution by way of a video on my YouTube channel, Concept Canvas. You can stay tuned to that channel and watch that particular video in terms of attempting the solution or getting to know how to solve that particular problem or that particular question which was given earlier in that week. So let's move straight away to the first question as a part of this weekly teaser edition. So I'll read out the question to you quickly so that in case those of you who have not yet seen my post, you can straight away see it on this particular video. Mohan has just sold his property for rupees 1 crore at Bangalore. He now wants to invest in Mumbai as he is residing there. The flat in Mumbai costs rupees 1 crore 70 lakhs. Mohan has expressed to the bank that he is ready to put in 1 crore as his down payment and the balance should be funded by the bank. So that means 1 crore out of this 1 crore 70 lakhs would be the down payment. The remaining 70 lakh rupees would be the loan amount that Mohan is seeking from the bank. The bank has sanctioned his loan at a fixed interest rate of 8.8%, repayable over 20 years in equated monthly installments. The bank has also tied up with an insurance company and the company has offered a protection against death or casualty during the period of the loan, such that if anything were to happen to Mohan, the insurance company will pick up the residual loan obligation. The insurance premium is a one-time charge of 1,51,250. So the question is, number one, what is Mohan's EMI? Number two, Mohan comes back home after signing the loan agreement and sees he was promised 7.95% interest. How much is the extra monthly obligation he is incurring therefore? Part number C, Mohan wants to cap his EMI at 55,000. How long a tenure can help him achieve his objective? Okay, so let us quickly try to put this down into an Excel sheet. But before that, let's also try and tell you there are two methods to solve this problem. The first method, which I will be telling you now, is the annuity method. By the annuity method, it is very simple to solve this particular problem. The second method is the Excel method. I will be using both these methods to illustrate or demonstrate the solution to you. If you are aware, when a person is making the similar payment over regular periods of time, that is called as annuity, right? Now, think of this as a problem. You know the loan amount. What you need to find out is the EMI. It's very simple. You also know the bank's required rate of interest or return. Now, the present value of all future EMIs that Mohan will pay to the bank should ideally be equal to the value of the loan today. And that will be the basis for us to determine the EMI. To move further, when you look at the annuity formula, the formula of the annuity is like this. Present value of annuity is equal to annuity multiplied by 1 minus 1 by 1 plus r to the power of n divided by r, right? This is the formula for an annuity. Okay, now let us try and apply this formula. So before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the home value. What is the home value? The home value is given to you. It is 1 crore 70 lakhs. If you read the question carefully, out of which the DP or the down payment is 1 crore. So the loan amount is ideally 1 crore 70 lakhs minus 1 crore, which is 70 lakh rupees. Over and above that, we charge insurance premium 151,250. So the total loan amount comes to 71 lakh 51,250, right? You are also given the rate of interest, and the rate of interest in this case is 8.8%. But mind you, I am going to write this as 8.8% divided by 12. Why? Because this is 8.8% per annum. However, the loan is repayable in equal monthly installments. So I'm going to convert this interest rate to the monthly interest rate first. Next, we come to the number of months, which I denote as N. And N, or rather, let me denote this as R straight away, the rate of interest. N is nothing but 20 years multiplied by 12 months. Remember, these are equated monthly installments. So now I have made the months and the rate of interest commensurate. They speak to each other because they are consistent. Now I am going to apply the formula. If you know the formula, the present value of annuity is annuity amount. Now, what is the present value of the annuity? The present value of the annuity is nothing but the loan amount, which is 71,51,250. Now, that is equal to A, which you don't know, multiplied by the PVIFA. Let's find out the PVIFA. The PVIFA is 1 minus 1 by 1 plus this to the power of this 1 minus 1 by 1 plus r to the power of n, the whole thing divided by r. This is your PVIFA. Okay. Now, if you notice this formula, present value of annuity here, which we know is the loan amount, this is equal to the annuity value, which you need to find out, multiplied by this. And this is nothing but PVIFA, which we have just computed. Okay, A into 1 minus 1 by 1 plus r to the power of n by r. So this is PVIFA, which we have just computed. So PVA is equal to A into PVIFA. So A is nothing but PVA divided by PVIFA. So we'll find out the annuity amount, which should ideally give you your EMI, and your EMI is therefore 63,425. This, ladies and gentlemen, is your EMI. So that answers the first question. What is Mohan's EMI? Mohan's EMI is rupees 63,425. Next question. But before you go to the next question, let's go one step further and try and construct a loan amortization schedule, which will typically have 4 columns: opening balance of the loan, the interest add-on, the EMI payment, and the closing balance of the loan. And I will also have the month here. The month is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this goes on until 240 months. So let me pull this down. Yeah, there we are. So it goes on till 240 months. What is the opening balance of the loan? You know the opening balance of the loan. The opening balance of the loan is 71,51,250. The interest is monthly 71,51,250 multiplied by 0.7333. The EMI is, we just found out, the EMI is 63,425. The closing balance of the loan will therefore be this plus this minus the EMI. This becomes the opening balance of the loan for the next month. So the closing balance of the loan at the end of year one, at the end of month 1 becomes the opening balance of the loan for month 2. Interest will be this multiplied by the interest rate. EMI is already given to you, and the closing balance of the loan will be this plus interest minus EMI. Now we don't need to do the same exercise over and over again over 240 months. What we simply need to do is set the formula. Now there's nothing to be done here. It's perfectly fine. Here we will need to freeze the interest cell. The interest cell is E9, which I have frozen. EMI we'll need to freeze because that doesn't change, so that when we pull or drag, this amount doesn't change. And now we are ready, friends, to find out or construct the loan amortization schedule. I'm going to pull this down to 240 months, and you will see that it ends with a zero balance, which means your loan is fully amortized by the end of the 240th month. Do you see that? And this is how the loan amortization schedule is constructed. So when you go to the bank next time, you know, and when they hand over this chart to you, you are aware of how a loan amortization schedule is constructed, right? So there are two, three observations which I would like to find out here. The interest amount, if you see, is the highest in the first installment and the lowest in the 240th installment, which means the interest goes on decreasing. The principal, which is also part of the interest, will go on increasing. So interest goes on falling as you go progress to in your home loan, and the principal will go on increasing. That's what typically happens in case of an EMI that you do with your bank. Now, mind you, I told you there are two methods I'm going to use to solve this particular problem. Method number one was the manual method, which I've already illustrated to you. Method number two is the Excel method. The only thing which we need to find out is the EMI. Now, this was the manual method. Now, what is the Excel method to do it? Is there a functionality in Excel? The answer is yes. So the functionality is called the PMT. PMT is the regular payment or the annuity payment, in this case the EMI. If you look at the first syntax, it asks you for the rate. So you just pick up the rate from here, right? Number of periods is given to you, 240. The present value of the loan, 71, 51, 250. Future value of the loan is 0, and the type of the loan will also be 0 because we are assuming interest at the end of every period or payments at the end of every period. Here we go. What is the answer that you get by using the Excel? The answer that you get by using Excel is the same. It is 63,425. Now, whether you use the manual method or you use the Excel method, in both cases, you will get a similar answer. This, mind you, does not impact your loan amortization schedule. That remains the same. It is just a modus which has changed. The answer has not changed. Okay, so that answers, ladies and gentlemen, the first question: what is Mohan's EMI? The answer is 63,425. Let's answer the second question now. Mohan comes back home after signing the loan agreement and sees he was promised 7.95% interest. So now that can be a gross error. So instead of 8.8, I am going to substitute 7.95% here. The moment you do that, your PVIFA will change and your EMI will come down to 59,594. Your loan amortization schedule will also change, and you see it has automatically changed. I just didn't have to do anything because your formulae were all linked. Your loan amortization schedule has changed on its own, but can you spot the difference? You had an interest of or EMI of 63,425 at 8.8% interest. Now you have at 7.95% interest, what is your EMI? Your EMI has come down to 59,594. What is the deduction? The reduction is approximately 3,831 rupees. So a 0.85% interest reduction will cause you a 3,831 rupee lower EMI every month. Can you assess the magnitude of impact the basis points have on the calculation of your EMI? Be very aware of this particular aspect when you try and negotiate the interest rate with the banks. Let's so that I have answered the second question. How much is the extra obligation we are incurring? Mohan is therefore incurring an extra obligation of 3,831 because of the mistake he made in signing the loan agreement. He didn't check he was assured 7.95%. He went and signed for 8.8% and is now incurring an extra obligation of 3,831 rupees. The last point. Mohan wants to cap his EMI at 55,000. How long a tenure can help him achieve his objective? Now, what I'm going to do, guys, I am going to first, change this back to 8.8% because that was our original problem. Okay, and you see the EMI is now 63,425. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to use the goal seek function. Data. What is the question? If you see here, the question is Mohan wants to cap his EMI at 55,000. How long a tenure can achieve his objective? There is a very smart functionality in Excel called goal seek. So I want this to be 55,000 rupees. So data, what if analysis? I want this cell to be 55,000. By changing which cell? By changing the tenure. The tenure I want to change. I want to see what tenure will help me reduce the EMI and see what you get. Okay, the cell must contain a value. Very good. So let me see if it doesn't. Okay. So I will have to, a goal seek will not function if you put a formula. So rather than putting 20 into 12, we just type 240. That doesn't change anything, but it will help goal seek function better. So data, what if analysis, goal seek, change this to 55,000 by changing the tenure. See what you get. Here you go. You have got an EMI of 55,000. But mind you, this is for 420 months, which is 35 years. Okay, so that's how the goal seek function will help you to find out what tenure will fetch you the EMI that you're looking for. But dear friends, let me tell you, the problem gets even more complex. There is no bank which will offer you a term loan or a home loan for 35 years. 25 years is the max that I have seen. In very rare cases, 30 years, and that is all for the Cat A employees. Now, therefore, it's quite evident that we can't touch the tenure. So let's also now try to figure out what is the interest rate which will help Mohan achieve his objective. So again, data, what if analysis, goal seek, okay, set this to 55,000 and change this cell to which cell? What is the interest rate? And press OK. There you go. So now if you see, it is 0.5747, which means an annual interest of 6.9% or 6.9%, yeah, to be precise. Let me convert this to percentage. 6.9%. So a 6.9% interest instead of an 8.8% interest will help Mohan get a 55,000 rupees EMI over a 20-year horizon. If you see here, the horizon has not changed. So what did you learn out of this particular illustration? You learned, first of all, how to calculate the EMI not only by the manual method, but also by the Excel method. You learned how to construct a loan amortization schedule. You also learned to apply the goal seek function to find out what will be the independent variables which will help him get his desired EMI. I hope you found this session useful. Thank you very much. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Stay tuned to my social media platforms for more videos around the weekly teaser edition. Engage, apply, evolve. Thank you very much.